This video was made possible by Mzizi International, the official African diaspora clothing brand. Visit mzizishop.com for more information. In the tumultuous landscape of the Horn of Africa, where geopolitics intertwine with historical grievances and regional ambitions, a new chapter of contention has emerged between Somalia and Ethiopia. At the heart of this escalating tension lies a strategic gambit: Ethiopia's bold move to secure a naval foothold in the breakaway region of Somaliland in exchange for recognizing Somaliland as sovereign, a move that has angered Somalia and could potentially redraw the geopolitical map of the region. As Somalia's president Hassan Sheikh Mohamud issues a defiant call to arms, vowing to protect his nation's sovereignty at any cost, the stage is set for a high-stakes showdown that threatens to reshape the dynamics of power in this volatile corner of the globe. With these recent developments regarding the strife between Ethiopia and Somalia, diplomacy hangs by a thread, security concerns loom large, and the specter of conflict casts a shadow over the Horn of Africa. Before we dive into our topic today, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channels and ringing the bell to be notified about all our exciting future videos. Somalia's president, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, issued a stern warning asserting his country's resolve to protect its sovereignty in the face of Ethiopia's potential establishment of a naval base in the self-declared independent region of Somaliland. Mohamud emphasized that Somalia would take necessary measures to defend itself should Ethiopia proceed with the agreement, which includes leasing 20 kilometers of coastline in Somaliland. The deal between landlocked Ethiopia and Somaliland, which Somalia claims as its own despite its autonomy since 1991, has raised concerns about stability in the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia's proposal to recognize Somaliland in exchange for establishing a naval presence has been met with defiance from Somalia, prompting fears of regional destabilization. President Mohamud conveyed Somalia's unwavering stance, stating, "If Ethiopia persists, Somalia will resist and reject. If they come into the country, Somalia will do everything that it can to defend itself." However, he refrained from specifying the actions Somalia might undertake in response. Somalia's President Mohamud went on to disclose that he would only agree to discuss the matter with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed if Addis Ababa renounces its territorial ambitions. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia has previously assured that Ethiopia's intentions are not hostile towards Somalia, but rather aimed at simply securing sea access for his landlocked country. This was reiterated at a UN Security Council briefing regarding the situation between Ethiopia and Somalia conducted last week. The permanent mission of Ethiopia to the United Nations issued a statement on Wednesday, February 21, 2024, expressing disappointment in Somalia's unjustified accusations during an earlier UN Security Council briefing on Monday, February 19, 2024. Ethiopia strongly objected to comments made by Somalia's UN envoy during that briefing, accusing the former of territorial ambitions and sovereignty violation, describing them as outright false information and a continuation of yet another unjustifiable accusation. However, the statement strongly backed Ethiopia's recent port access agreement with Somaliland, claiming that it is neither unprecedented nor contrary to international practices. It described the Memorandum of Understanding between Ethiopia and Somaliland as a win-win partnership that will secure Ethiopia a sea outlet with no aim of damaging Somalia or any other country's interests. Ethiopia also reiterated its willingness to engage in conversation with Somalia in order to maintain cooperative ties that are critical to regional security. As eternal neighbors, both countries should focus on partnership moving forward rather than damaging accusations, the statement added. Amid tensions being high and experts expecting Somalia to retaliate against Ethiopia in some manner for striking the deal with Somaliland, Somalia's president has come out to clarify that he has no immediate plans to expel the nearly 3,000 Ethiopian soldiers deployed in Somalia as part of the African Union peacekeeping mission against al-Shabaab militants. Analysts and diplomats fear that withdrawing Ethiopian troops could exacerbate Somalia's security challenges, particularly given the persistent threat posed by al-Shabaab, responsible for numerous civilian and military casualties since 2006. Somalia, along with several Western allies such as the United States, has raised concerns that Ethiopia's port deal could bolster al-Shabaab's recruitment efforts. This is because Ethiopia's involvement in Somali affairs risks becoming a potent propaganda tool for al-Shabaab. They could frame Ethiopia's presence as foreign interference, portraying themselves as defenders of Somali sovereignty against outside forces. This narrative could resonate with potential recruits, increasing the group's appeal. Furthermore, some experts believe conflict and instability often create fertile ground for extremist groups to exploit, and Ethiopia's involvement could add to the complex security situation in Somalia, potentially aiding al-Shabaab's recruitment efforts. Somalia's President Mohamud has already come out to say that his government estimated that al-Shabaab recruited between 6,000 and 8,000 new fighters in January alone. But these figures drew skepticism from analysts and diplomats, who estimate the number to be significantly lower in the hundreds. This discrepancy underscores the complexity of the security situation in Somalia and the challenges in accurately assessing militant activities. In summary, the recent statement by Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, warning of potential resistance if Ethiopia proceeds with a naval-based deal in Somaliland, underscores the fragility of the situation in the Horn of Africa. Tensions between the two nations could escalate, posing a serious risk of conflict. To prevent an all-out war, both sides must prioritize diplomatic dialogue and negotiations. A peaceful resolution is essential to maintaining stability in the region, and international actors should play a role in facilitating discussions to address the concerns of all parties involved and find a mutually acceptable solution that promotes regional peace and cooperation. Your perspective matters. What do you make of Somalia threatening to protect its sovereignty by any means necessary in the face of Ethiopia signing a deal offering breakaway Somaliland recognition in exchange for sea access? Share your insights and thoughts in the comments below. For continued updates on global affairs and diplomatic developments, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel. Stay informed, stay engaged. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more insightful content in the future.